Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we will be talking about 5 fragrances that I recommend for that all white party at the end of the summer season. Yeah, we can come up with some things, can't we? So if you're interested, please keep watching. Before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you've decided to come back, big up your whole self. Truly appreciate your continued support of my channel. Well, as always, before we get into the fragrances let's talk about my scent of the day. So today I went in with this one right here, and this is Guilty Crush from the House of Oud. Just take a moment for the bottle. Forget about me and just take a moment for this gorgeous bottle. Oh my gosh. And it has like sayings on it. It says, you are a star, dream gorgeous. Anyways, this fragrance is absolutely different. So it opens like really bright with like this berry note. And then as the fragrance goes through like this whole metamorphosis, like it just changes. And then it starts smelling like really powdery. You get that lipstick note. Oh my gosh. So if you're into like fragrances that are different and you want to smell different, you don't want to smell like every other Tom, Dick, and Harry or Mary, Susan, and Jane, try Guilty Crush. This is a very powdery, very feminine fragrance. It's very powdery. So again, if you don't like powdery fragrances, stay away from this one. But I absolutely enjoy it. And this is a Guilty Crush. This is my scent of the day. Guilty Crush from the House of Oud. Okay, so we're just going to start this white fed off with a bang. We're going to start off with a whole big bang. We're going to start off with this one right here, and this is Creed Aventus For Her. Now, if you are someone that does not like to announce their presence by a fragrance, this is not the one for you. This is not the one for you. This is for my girlies that like something bold and brash and confident. To me, this is confidence in a bottle, really. So it opens like with like a green apple note. That's the note that's prominent on my skin. There's green apple, there's lemon, there's pink pepper. All I know is that this fragrance is just, it's so different. I find it to be really different in my collection. It's fruity and woody at the same time. You have to be someone that is not afraid to wear something really bold, because this to me is something really bold. And guess what? It's the performance for me. It is the performance for me with this fragrance. I get like 10 plus hours on the skin when I wear this. And you know what? You're going to make a statement. Walking into this all white party, you know, I don't know what you're wearing. Maybe you're wearing one of those skirts that, you know, it's super short or it's kind of short and it has like the balloon. Is it called a balloon skirt? I don't know what it's called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You're wearing one of that like in a like it's a whole kind of romper situation, and that's what you're wearing. And yeah, you just walk in there and you just blow everybody away with your fragrance. This is a fragrance. Believe me, Creed Aventus For Her. So yeah, that all white party at the end of the season, check it out. Make sure you wear this. This is Creed Aventus For Her. Okay, so let's go with something a little bit more feminine, a little bit softer. And the one I speak of is this one right here. And this is MELIORA from the House of Parfums de Marly. So in contrast to Aventus For Her, this one is really soft. It's very feminine. Whenever I speak of this fragrance, I always say that this is the classiest fruity floral that I have in my collection. Till to this day, it is, I think so. But, you know, when I wear it, it gives me like the most feminine feels. Like it just, ooh, makes me feel super girly, super girly. Even if I wasn't, this is how this fragrance makes me feel. So it opens with like a blast of red berries and black currant. But as the fragrance dries down, it dries down to a very sweet, kind of musky vibe. Yeah. And then there's something a little bit soapy in here, and I'm not sure what's giving it that, but all I know is this is a fragrance that if you want to smell really girly, very feminine, and you know, it's still something that would garner you compliments, try Meliora. It's not like my favorite in the Parfums de Marly line. It really isn't. I don't think that this is going to be a repurchase, but however, I'm going to enjoy this to the last drop. Obviously, I am enjoying it because my bottle's at half right now. So with a collection like mine, if I get to half, I'm feeling good. Okay, I'm feeling really good. So yep, this is Meliora from the house of Parfums de Marly. Get your nose on it if you haven't already. Okay, so next up we have this one right here from the house of Byredo. And this to me is a very slept on, light, airy, white floral fragrance. Gosh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. And although it works, I would say it works really well in the springtime and in the summertime, but I think at the end of summer, this is also gonna shine. Gosh, I wanna smell it and smell it all over again. So you have like watery florals like peony, and then there's some lily of the valley in here. There's also some jasmine. The jasmine gives it more of like a soapy effect. But yeah, gosh, y'all, many people don't speak about this fragrance. I know, like, sometimes, I mean, I've been talking about it lately a whole lot since I did my Byredo buying guide, because I was like, why don't I wear Inflorescence more? This is so pretty. In contrast to a lot of white florals, which tend to be heady and heavy, this one, if you don't like white florals, you're still gonna like it. I promise you, because it doesn't, it's not like distinctive. You're not pulling like a heady jasmine or a heady tuberose. It's nothing like that. It's like really light white florals. I think there's some magnolia in here too, and if you know, magnolia also is like a, to me, it's like a watery floral the way it presents. Have you guys like picked a magnolia and smelled it? Smelled it? Smelled it. Is that a word? We'll figure it out. You know, my mom's a school teacher, or she was for her whole entire life, so shame on me if I don't know if that's a word. Anyways, I digress. I digress. But we're talking about Inflorescence, and to me, yeah, this fragrance, we don't speak about this fragrance enough. It's been around for a minute. It's been around for a minute, but it is still a gorgeous white floral fragrance. Performance, it gives me about 5 to 6 hours on the skin. I wouldn't say it's loud or projecting or anything like that. I feel like it's a little bit more refreshing than anything else. So when you're on this yacht party and you're dancing and you're working up a sweat, this fragrance is gonna just beam off of you. It's gonna project. It's gonna project because you're sweating, you're dancing, and everybody's like, well, who's that girl? Who's that girl? She smells so divine. So yeah, check out Inflorescence from the house of Byredo. Like I said, it's been around, so you don't have to pay full price for it, y'all. Okay? Find it elsewhere. Next up is a combo. So I was gonna just say, you know, Leisure in Paradise from Simone Andreoli, because you guys know that this fragrance is like the perfect tropical fruity fragrance. Has every tropical fruit you could think of in here, and it just smells absolutely amazing. But I was talking about, no, this young lady, her name is, I think it's Kipsy Haven on Instagram, and I'll link her Instagram down, or I'll put her name so you can follow her. So she does fragrance content, and she posted that her scent of the day was this one right here. It was Puerto Rico from City Rhythm. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm expecting a decant. And she said, when your decant comes, if you have Leisure in Paradise, which I do, wear them together. And boy, is she onto something. This combination is so elegant. It is so good. It is so good. And I could see myself wearing this combination going to an all white fit. Both of them, they could stand on their own, but together, amazing. So in one of my last videos, I talked about Puerto Rico, and I said I wasn't sure if this was full bottle worthy. I'm still not sure. But this one is lime, there's pineapple, there's mango, so it's also really tropical. But this one to me is like a more of like a creamy kind of mango, a creamy fragrance. I think there's some milk, there's some lactonic notes in here too. But together, Simone Andreoli's Leisure in Paradise, Puerto Rico from City Rhythm. I tried it and I was absolutely blown away. I was absolutely blown away. And together on my skin, they gave me about 7 hours and it was projecting. I got compliments. I wore it one day to work. Last week, I think. No, it wasn't last week. I don't know. I wore it one day and I was going to work and chef's kiss, y'all. Chef's kiss. So like I said, they're both equally wonderful fragrances that I would wear separately. Yeah, I would wear them to a party, you know, by themselves. But since Kipsy Haven, and I think I'm saying it right, since she put me onto this and I tried it, now I'm hooked, I'm in love. And Puerto Rico, you might be full bottle worthy after this combo. Maybe we could see how we could combine you some more. But yeah, absolutely perfection. Get your nose on these fragrances if you haven't done so already. So it is Leisure in Paradise from Simone Andreoli, and then we have Puerto Rico from City Rhythm. Next up, we're going to pump up the sexy, man. Last but not least, we're going to pump up the sexy, and we're going to go with this one right here. And this is Blue Heart from the house of Thameen. So this is saffron, S for saffron, S for sexy. This is sexy saffron and coconut. Really, that's what I get on my skin. There is some vanilla in here also. But what plays on my skin is that saffron. The saffron dominates the opening for me. But it all the way in the dry down, I still smell it. I smell it and it's still really prominent. And then that coconut milk just kind of takes over. It's so good. And it's very powdery also. I think there's some orris root or something in here. But Blue Heart from the house of Thameen. It's not a fan favorite for some women. They say that it leans too masculine. But I find that it leans absolutely right down the middle. It's not leaning anywhere. It's going right down the middle. And I absolutely enjoy this one. My son, when he wears this, smells so good on him. So good on him. And I think he was the one that put me onto it. He may have been, because he was talking about it before I heard about it. But anyways, so Blue Heart from the house of Thameen. Sexy saffron and coconut. Absolutely appropriate for that end of season all white fete. Y'all, and who's invited me? I keep talking about this fete like if I have one to attend, but I really don't. So I'm living in my own little fantasy world. So if I were invited to an all white party at the end of the summer season, yes, Blue Heart will be one of the fragrances that I wear. It's going to give me great performance. I'm going to get compliments. And besides looking good, I'm going to be smelling absolutely insanely fabulous. Okay, y'all, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me fantasizing about if I were going to an all-white party at the end of the summer season, what I would wear. So yeah, of these fragrances that I talked about, yeah, if I were going to a party, or I might just, you know, have my own private party and wear them all. Who knows? Guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And make sure your notification bell is turned on to all. And like I always say, we could be anything in this world we want to be with some hard work, dedication, and perseverance. But while we're there, and even if we're not there, we're going to smell like good people. We're going to smell fabulous at all times. See y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.